housing situation in Ghana and government promises. That Ghana's housing deficit is estimated at over 1.7 million housing units since the year 2000. Now, President Kufuor promised to waive off the 5% VAT NHIL levy on real estate sale as a way to address high housing costs. Well, we have to ask questions, and one of them is what has been the impact of the abolition of the tax on bridging the gap of the existing deficits in housing. On JoyNews agenda today, we take a look at the current situation and the future of the sector. Prince Apia now reports.
In Ghana, acquiring a place of abode is as difficult as getting a camel through a needle. It's a major concern for every worker in Ghana.
And per our 2015 National Housing Policy, affordable housing is when you are able to spend less than 30% of your annual income to purchase a house with utilities and other deductions in. And one would say, with the working class we have in Ghana, how many of them fall within that bracket? Of the civil servants.
Franka Boajide Nyansa is Chief Executive of Danny Wise Estate and Construction in Kumasi, providing housing for the lower income earners. Government fulfilled its promise to discontinue a 5% VAT on real estate sales in order to reduce the costs of owning a house. For Mr. Nyansa, despite the abolition of the tax, it is still difficult getting people to buy houses.
It brought certain prices of some of the houses down, but the question still remains, are people buying them? If the 5% without, still people are not able to purchase, then it means that we have a problem. So for 1.5 years, I think I still see them as still putting things in place, trying to work things out in terms of the housing sector.
But is it what the entire real estate industry need?
In able to meet the housing needs, we should calm down, target the lower income earners. Let's do a proper structure for them. Let the Ministry of Works and Housing know that they are the majority. They need these structures, not...
Going forward, expectations are government provides a real estate fund to support real affordable housing for the ordinary Ghanaian.
We've called for the setup of the Ghana Real Estate Authority, which will give birth to the fund. The fund will be like a fund basket where every developer who would want to go into affordable housing would assess. And then there will be the government's control on your pricing. So, because the government gave you the money, and they would have control on telling you the ceiling of a 2-bedroom, the ceiling of a 3-bedroom, to be able to make it cheaper for civil servants and the Ghanaian populace. But until that is done, every developer wants higher interest, higher returns on its investment. So you can't force them to beat their prices down when you are not offering any support.
Mr. Nyansa suggests a better mortgage system to enable the low and middle income earners to afford housing on their own.
They should be able to make sure construction industry uses more indigenous materials in construction to make buildings affordable. For them to focus on trying to break certain monopolies that some industry players, input suppliers like the cement industry is enjoying. So we should move away from the notion where people who earn higher income is the only beneficiary of mortgage facilities in Ghana. Otherwise, the gap will still get widened.
It is obvious the government needs to do more for the housing industry to make shelter really affordable for the ordinary Ghanaian. Prince Apia reporting.